First question being, before we started working together, where were you in your business and what felt most unclear?
Well, before we started in the business, I was like at the very beginning. So it was very difficult to try to navigate and to feel out what I should do, the steps, what should I start with first. This was also new to me because, I've never had a business of my own. And I was doing something completely different than I've ever done in my life before. I was just starting out on my spiritual journey, my path. I just basically took a leap of faith and just kind of trusted in the universe and myself and my guides that this was the right time to do it. And I just went with it. And so I was, needless to say, I was very nervous. I was scared, like, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? It was so overwhelming. So, needless to say, of course, I get an email from you, Mish, at that very particular time. I go to check my email and I'm just like, oh, thank you. Like, thank you. Like, this was the universe and my guides and everyone just saying, this is what you need to do. This is your next step. She is going to help you. This is all you need, basically, like, such a big sign to me, and it couldn't have come at a better time because really I was so overwhelmed and nervous that I just needed something huge, and Mish was that person that I needed, and you were amazing. I felt right away at ease. We've worked with each other before. I've taken classes from you. You did a wonderful reading for me. We've just, it was meant to be. It was the right time, right place, and exactly what I needed. Because I truly don't know what I would have done if I didn't have your help and guidance, because I needed it. I needed it really badly, and it came at the right time. And I'm sure we'll get into it more later about other stuff, but I just wanted to say that thank you so much, because from the bottom of my heart, I'm truly grateful for everything that you have helped me do. And I wouldn't be here right now continuing on in this path and continuing on in my business without you, because I think I could have gotten really overwhelmed and just given up at some point, and once we started working together, that was no longer a thought. I was not giving up. I was going to continue on, and I had that faith in myself, just that I can do it. You kept me going, like, okay, what are we going to do next? What's the next steps? Let's go. Like, you held me, I like held myself accountable because you were there coaching me all along. And I just had that, you were so wonderful with just keeping me going, giving me the right information, just kind of nudging me along, and giving me the support I needed, and kind of like just saying, like a cheerleader too, like, come on, you can do this, like this, you've got this, and every single thing that had changed in my business, whether it's a small thing or a big thing, you made it out to be like this. The smallest things were like, no, you got it. You have to be like happy and grateful for these small things that are happening, because if you don't, they're not going to keep you have to just be so grateful for these little steps too, and I think that's what made me even realize too, is like, wow, I have come so far from where I was a year ago or 6 months ago or a month ago, and you helped me acknowledge that and realize that this is truly happening. Like, you're doing it, you're out there, you're doing it. And things just kept changing and for the better. And I just can't thank you enough. It's been so wonderful, just working with you and knowing you. You're a wonderful person too. Like, you just care so much about everyone, and you want them to succeed. Like, and I feel that pushed it even along even harder and stronger, and you made it so, like, you were also, because you felt like you're achieving something too, because you're helping us, and I know in your heart, like, the compassion that you have for people, and you just want to help everybody. And I know I felt it, and everyone else will feel that too. Just that, how compassionate you are, and your strength and your guidance, and you're so smart, you're just you have it all, you have everything that the person needs to be doing this kind of work and helping other people.
Mary, my goodness. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. Thank
So
you.
welcome.
Thank you. It has been such an honor to be in your business with you, right? It's been an honor to give you all of the support. It's been an honor to see you growing. It's been an honor to witness, be the closest person to your business and see all these successes. And it takes someone who really wants it, like really, really wants it, to be able to really take this and roll with it and just say, like, okay, yeah, let me try this. And you were always so willing to try new things, even if it didn't make sense to you and you didn't know what the outcome was. You were just willing to try it. And that was the beautiful part.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of
Yes.
course.
And thank you for guiding me, and just, I felt like you said, you are literally part of my business. You are like there with me, like making choices, making, videos, doing this, doing, anything, even if I didn't feel like, I was like, what? No, she knows best, because you're the one who's been in a business for a long time, and it's very successful, and you know what you're doing. You know the marketing, how to market and how to do sales. A lot of this is new to me and a lot of other people. And trust me, if I can do it, everyone can do it. With your guidance, anyone can do it, as long as they want to do it. They have to want to do it.
Totally.
And to be, just take that. When you're ready, you just need to go out there and try it. You need to try, because you can at least say, well, I tried, and give it your all, but if you don't ever step out and just take that chance, you'll never know. You'll never know. And to be living your purpose in life, to be actually physically doing it and loving it, because that is what you want to do, it doesn't even feel like work. It's not work, because you truly deep down love it. This is what you're meant to do. So it doesn't feel like that to me. It feels like I'm just doing what I love, and I'm helping animals and people, and doing whatever I can do to make their lives better,
Most definitely. Well, and I think you hit on it as well, is that I only want to work with individuals that are living in their purpose, right? It's not about trying to make as much money as possible. It's not about, signing off on as many people. If I can get one woman a year, if that, just to step into what they were divinely meant to do, then that's a win for me. But I've been very, very lucky to finally see somebody like yourself who's like, I'm an animal communicator. And to say that out loud in public to an audience, to people, to as many people as possible is so, it's so brave. It's so brave, especially being in the energy space, right? And that's why I want to make sure that everyone does feel like that they're comfortable and confident being able to say like, yeah, this is my work and this is what I do and this is my value. And if you're not my ideal client, that's okay. There's actually someone standing right behind you. So there's a line. There's a line now, so, which is gorgeous,
Yes.
which is gorgeous. And you did touch upon that point. What made you decide to say yes and join, right? We knew each other before, and divine timing, divine timing, divine emails. They just
Totally.
they
Yeah.
get sent when they need to be sent. So then what do you feel like you were struggling with the most before entering this kind of container? So what do you feel like was the biggest struggle before stepping into your business?
My biggest struggle was the marketing. Knowing how to market, get myself out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the type of person who really feels comfortable doing like videos or, talking a lot like on a video or anything like that. But just knowing how to get it out there, and how to just, like you said, consistency. Always be, get out there and just make yourself known and just continue to do it regularly. People notice these things, they notice that you're trying, they notice you're doing, I started with just, you had told me to like maybe write a little story about, some of my animal communications and what had gone on, what, happened. And people just were so interested in hearing, okay, there's a new story, let me see what it says. And I feel like there's, like you said, there's going to be those people that are going to book a session with you just from seeing those stories on there regularly and knowing what I do and how I can help. And in just doing things like a Google business page, that has helped. I don't even know how to tell you how much that having a Google business page has helped my business. Now I have 22 reviews. So yes, so I'm excited, for starting like basically October, things are happening and I'm so grateful, and you made that happen. Like you helped me make this happen. Like I would have not known to do that, I just never had a business. So I just didn't know where to start. But like marketing, doing things like a Google business page, I had no idea about. I'm more active on Facebook and Instagram now, getting the word out there through stories, posting my reviews, different things to get people involved, Also with my website, Calendly is huge. You showed me how to do Calendly, and now people can schedule right directly through my website, and it's such a life changer. Like, they don't have to call you up. You have to get your book out, start planning. It's such a time changer too. Like you're not spending your time doing that stuff. So it's just all these things that add up. They may not seem that big, but they're big, when you're starting a business and you've never owned a business or had a business. So you knew exactly what I needed to know and what I needed to do. and you followed me through all these steps. Because I literally had no idea how to do that stuff. So you were like, you showed me, you know, you made a video for me, you showed me, we went through stuff, and I would have been spending so much time trying to find this stuff and figure this out, and I would probably have gotten so frustrated because I'm not a very like technology, that is not my strongest suit. So um you helped me so much in all of these things: marketing, sales, technology, setting up my business, basically. um in anything, if I ever had a question, you were always right there. You always said, anytime, let me know if you have any questions at all. And you mean it, you know, like you meant it. And to me, that's huge because I always have a lot of questions. So, you know, I like to learn, and I want to know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, you know? So for me, that's huge. I love to have that support and you gave me so much support. And just knowing that you were there and I could just ask you at any moment and I would know, and you would know the answer, or you would find the answer if it was something that, you know, was something different. You taught me so much, and I can't even, you know, I can't even thank you enough about just everything you did for me. But for me, it was more like the marketing, the technology, you know, that end of the stuff. That's where I really needed the help. And you went above and beyond.
You're so welcome.
So anyone who takes this course will just be so happy and grateful that they did, because I think out of everything I've put, you know, any classes I've taken, and I've taken a lot, spiritually, this, you know, everything, this class, it's not even class, it's a mentorship. You are there with this person side by side, doing it with them, and you are there for them and us all the way through, every step of the way. This was the most important thing I could have ever put money into. Like, the money to me, what, you know, and some people might be thinking, oh, you know, no, this was the most important money I invested, because this is an investment in your future, in your business, and not even if you're, some people may not be knowing what they want to do right now. This is going to help you in any avenue in your life, your career, what maybe down the road, maybe something you might want to do later on. These tools that they're going to get from this mentorship, the strategies, is amazing. This is lifelong. Like, you can use this no matter what you're doing in life, really.
Good. Yeah.
And that's how valuable I feel that this was for me. And it was a no-brainer for me to do this with you, Mish, for you to help me, because I knew I was in good hands and you were going to help so much.
Yeah.
So anybody who is contemplating taking this, it is the best thing I did to help with my business and my career.
Good.
Hands down. You know, so
that's amazing. You are so welcome. And it's really, yeah, the years of corporate sales experience has finally paid off. I thought that was just like a trauma. I thought that was just a trauma I'd have to leave this legacy with. But yeah, everything that I've learned through sales, that I learned in marketing, that I learned even just through growing my own business, I want to pay it forward, because it only does so much by staying inside my brain. It needs to go to the next person, right? And so I'm glad that yeah, and all the technology that is that is saving you so much time in your business, so that way you're not doing all the manual labor. It makes it really, it adds up, the time that is consumed with you having to reach out to people and then checking your schedule. And there's so many systems in place that you can create a foundation for your business. And so I'm glad that you used all the resources. And yeah, now you have a running document of checklists that I'm sure you're still going back to and checking them off as you go. So that's
Yes.
good. That's good. Good, good, good.
Yes, and it does help, so much having those things in place, because not to mention, if you want to change your schedule, you don't have to like call everybody up and be like, hey, I'm going to be off on this day. We already, just block it off on Calendly. It saves so much
So
time,
much time.
you know.
So
and
much.
and you don't have the extra time when you're running a business, and and you want to take that time with your clients. You don't want to be spending that time doing calendars and rewriting your planner for the 8th time. I mean, you want to take that time with your clients and getting prospective clients, and doing other things that are going to help the business move along. And so yes, everything you taught me was so useful and helpful, and I'm utilizing all of these things in my business and making sure that I have that extra time.
Definitely.
It's such a wonderful thing. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. It's just amazing, So anybody that's even thinking about, don't think, just do it.
Just
This is going to be a life changer. It is a life changer.
That's like our business, right? We don't just think about what we're going to deliver to the world. We just do it, and then more people come, and we get to continue doing it, which is beautiful. So what do you think is the biggest change within yourself since we started working together?
Oh, I feel like I have so much more confidence. I feel like I am no longer that person that wants to hide my abilities. And yes, I'm not going to be the person that is not seen, or heard. Like, myself too, and on certain occasions, I mean, I would not have done a lot of those things before, but I feel like my confidence in just my ability to just stand up for myself and to say, I don't care what you think about what I do. I know what I can do, and I do it really well, and I'm here because I want to help people and help animals and help anyone. Really, I want to be able to just be that person, and I shouldn't have to explain myself or what I do to anyone. I mean, if you don't think that I can do it, or if you don't understand about that or that kind of work, well, that's fine. You don't have to.
Totally.
I want the right clients to come to me, to find me, that are going to appreciate what I do and how I can help. And I don't have to explain, myself, or forget, say I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. This is what I do. And, I feel like I was so like shy about it before, like, oh, what do you do? Oh, because there are so many people that are like, they, the people that are just not going to believe.
Of course.
And you know what? There's nothing we can do about those people, right? And so I'm not going to sit there and say I'm sorry, or shrink down and hide my abilities or gifts, or not talk about it because you don't want to hear about it. I mean, this is what I do.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, other people don't have to hide their gifts or what they do, you know?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
So why should someone who has spiritual gifts have to do that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I feel like you gave me so much support and confidence. Like you were like, look what you're doing. Like you did this. You're doing the work, you know? You're getting out there and people, you're helping so many people, so many animals, you know? And I, you know, have saved animals too from, you know, there was many animals I've saved already from being put down because they thought they weren't going to make it, or they thought the animal was ready to go and the animal was not ready to go, and are doing so well. They're thriving, you know, and that wouldn't have happened if there wasn't the communication that I could do for them. You know, so I don't feel sorry about that. I'm not feeling bad about that. I feel pretty good about myself and how I can help, you know, and I think that was the biggest change. I really needed that. I needed that boost, you know, and I changed a lot from the time we started, even that time we started, you know, and I had been through a lot. I had loss during this going on, and I've had, you know, a family member that I was really close to pass away, you know, and other things that definitely got, you know, came up, but that's life, you know, that you're going to have loss. You're going to have tough times. You're going to have, you know, obstacles in your way. But if you stick with it and you just ride it through and just deal with the things as they come up and keep going, you're going to be doing exactly what you want to be doing in your purpose in life. And to be that lucky to do like us, that we are living our soul's purpose, our life's purpose, and it doesn't get any better than that, Mish, you know?
No.
So I am so grateful for you just really making that known, you know? And I also had a lot of issues in the beginning with, you know, I had a lot of healing to do. A lot of stuff was coming up, remember?
Yes.
About feelings of like self-worth and, you know, just things that have happened to me in past lives and this life, you know, that I hadn't dealt with. So I did a lot of healing, and you brought that up, and you said, you know, this is what you need to do. You need to do your healing beforehand so that it doesn't get in the way of the business. And I don't think that I would have gotten this far without doing that. You know, I think taking the time to get that healing done helped tremendously. Like, I dealt with all that and just kept going. You know?
Totally.
But you definitely made me see all that, you know? Good. And I'm so grateful.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah, it's about building on a sturdy foundation. We can't build on sand. We have to build on rock, and you know, and yes. And the things that come up as a solopreneur, right? I mean, you are a business of one right now. Soon you'll be a business maybe of 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows, right? And to be able to address those things in the beginning makes a huge difference, especially with your confidence, with your resiliency, with your, you know, desire to continue living in your purpose. It's strategy and sales and marketing, but before any of that, we need to come from an abundance mentality. We can't come from lack, because all that strategy will show lack.
That's right.
And that's completely fine. And speaking from an abundance mentality, can you share any tangible results you experienced? That could be your income increasing, number of clients increasing, visibility increasing, any tangible results?
Yes. So when I started, like I said, it was in October, and I didn't have any way to really, I didn't know about advertising. I didn't know, all I had was my website's coming, I mean, that was, basically it. So I didn't, I wasn't out there on Facebook, Instagram, any of those avenues. So basically went from nothing, like no clients. I was doing a lot of free stuff still at that point, and I was kind of stuck in that mentality too, like, oh, you're not worthy of charging, so I dealt with that. And I will say, it has, from December is when I really started noticing some changes, like end of November into December. I was starting to get clients, I was getting bookings, I was getting actual money deposited into my account, so yes. So I will say, I mean, regularly I've been doing December, I did about, what did I say? I think it was about 2,000 for the month. And then January, I believe, went up a little bit to like 2,500, 2,600. And then February was really, really good. February was like almost 3,000. So, yeah. So I am so grateful because, without that, I mean, that's $3,000 you don't have, so, and thankfully I've been really lucky too that regularly I get, enough clients where sometimes I start out and it's like only 2 or 3 for the week, and then all of a sudden it turns out to 5 or 6 or 7, and then I get a call, oh, can you help me with my dog, because I'd worked with them before, so it's like I'm already getting like recurring clients that I've helped from months prior.
Yep.
So I'm getting recurrent clients, I'm getting referrals from people,
Nice.
And then they end up booking. I get more just attention to my website. The traffic has literally doubled between the Google business page and my website. It's crazy because I will ask them, like, where did you see my information, or how'd you hear about me? And some is from Facebook, some is from like Instagram, some is from my website. And Google business, I still can't say enough about that, the business page, because what do people do? The majority of people, and I'm one of them, I Google everything, right? And a lot of the people that I've recently worked with said that I was one of the first, like my name came up like first. So I'm like, oh, this is great, so a lot of people just they look at my reviews and then, they book a session.
Totally.
So that has helped so much. So I say, out of everything you taught me from, and I think everything you just said, you asked me if everything has changed, and every single area has gone in the right direction. It has moved forward. And that is all from the help that you have. I wouldn't have known to start posting stuff on Facebook, Instagram, really getting that Google business page going, because that has helped me. The website has helped me. Everything that you have suggested has helped me, so I'm even I'm volunteering at an animal shelter now, and a different one than the one I
Yes, I
talked
remember.
about. And I'm working with dogs, so the trainers there are willing for me to work with them, like some of the animals that are difficult or are having trauma or any kind of issues, or they're having a hard time adopting them. So they know what I do for work. I'm not afraid to tell them. I'm not afraid to talk about it. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Because you told me to, not to do that. Like, so they know what I do, and they are actually happy for what I do and are open for me to help them.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is helping as well, because there's even people there that, oh, I heard you're an animal communicator. Yes, I am, and I give them my card and I give them my information, whatnot. And not to mention, there's going to be people that adopt the animals, may want my information too.
Totally.
So just always, and like you gave me that idea of just always learning to like strategize and just be open to telling people what you do.
Yes, most definitely.
And to look, think about potential clients, and things like that. So I can't say enough. Yes, every avenue that you worked with me on has improved. So I am so grateful for everything you showed me and taught me, and I'm utilizing everything you told me, because it all made so much sense and it has helped me so much.
Yeah, you're so welcome. It's really, yeah, of it, seeing your income spike has been such a beautiful experience to witness, because it's, we all want that for our business, right? We all want to be making money, but it was also seeing how quickly like Google My Business was going. It was incredible to see how quickly your website started getting the traffic, and ultimately it was you giving yourself permission for people to come find you, for people to make bookings, and bringing it in. And that also comes from the abundance mindset, knowing that this is my purpose, this is what I was meant to do, this is how I'm meant to serve, and that's how I'm going to do it. And so that, that actually goes to my next question, which is, what are some of the emotional shifts you've noticed in yourself since starting?
I feel like there was a lot of emotional shifts, definitely from that lack of like self-confidence to now confident. Things like I always felt like, oh, maybe you're not good enough, maybe you're not gonna make it, that like doubt about yourself, like, why are you doing this, just that lack of that positive, like being like really having that good self-esteem about yourself, like to now it's like, why did I wait so long? Like I should have been doing this a long time ago, but I needed to go through everything I went through in order to be right here where I am now. So and I know that now, you have to go through everything. You have to go and do the healing too. But I've noticed a huge change just in my mindset of not that abundance, just like lack of abundance, the scarcity, to, like that mindset, like,
Totally.
not having a lot of money growing up, and just that, it's never going to happen for you. And now it's like, I don't think like that at all. I think, I'm ready. Like, bring on whatever it's my time for. I'm kind of in that mindset, like, the universe, when the universe timing is right, divine timing, everything's going to happen. But if you sit there and doubt yourself and you think you're never going to have money, that's never going to happen for you. So you got to have that abundance mindset. But everything else also has to go with it. That confidence, that positivity, doing what you really enjoy doing and what you're here to do. Everything falls into place once you really start changing things for the better, and also believing in yourself too,
It's a huge...
I definitely I just saw so many shifts for the better.
Yeah, it was so beautiful witnessing it too, because the wounds came up, right? The healing needed to happen, and then to see you, Yeah, I think for yourself, like you saw the tangible results coming in, so it just like perpetuated you to keep moving forward. And you're like, "Oh my
Yes.
God, people are finding me. I must keep going. I must like people are hopping on this train. I need to get yeah.
Right.
This train is in motion, people. You got to get on while you have it, and it's gonna keep moving as when you keep the train moving, right? You're the one that's propelling
Yeah.
it with your gifts and living in your purpose. And that's the best part. And that is the absolute best part. And this is my last question, but I think you answered it quite a few times. Why would you recommend to another woman to join this container? Mm.
For so many reasons. A lot I've already talked about,
Yeah.
but mostly you need to do it for yourself. This is going to help you so much. We as women, and I'm sure Mish, you've done this many times, we think of ourselves last, right? We're always the last person we take care of, right?
Totally.
But if we don't take care of ourselves and what we want in life and what we will find, we'll find the most happiness doing, we're going to be miserable. And how is that helping anybody, right? You need to be happy. You need to take that leap of faith. You need to really think, what is it that I really want to do? What is my purpose? Feel it, meditate on it. However you want to, talk to your spirit guides or, any way that really when you think of what it is you really want to do and you feel it in your heart, then you really know your soul. This is what your soul wants to do. And I think people should stop wasting time doing things that is not bringing them joy and happiness and what their soul wants, what makes them happy, and brings, their soul's purpose. When you start really focusing and taking the time on what you want instead of what everybody else wants or expectations that other people want of you, just do it. Do what you want to do. Life is too short. I started my journey late, because I'm going to be 52. So, but it's never too late. Like, it is never too late. Never. Right? Just do what brings you joy, because we always put everyone else first, and I was working in a lot of different jobs before, and they never brought me the joy that this brings me. Good. And money is just energy. A lot of people might be thinking, oh, I don't have the money. The money will come. The money will come, and it will triple, double, triple. It will come back to you. Trust me. So don't fear spending the money. It is just an energy, and you are going to get so much more from this. So it is going to come back to you. You are going to, it's just, life is going to happen, and it's going to be great. And I mean, I have so many, I've said so many different things about how you help. There's just not just one thing. It was everything. Everything you did has touched me in my business in such a way that I can never thank you enough, because what I just want to say is for these women that want to, do this, the time is now. Don't keep putting it off. Don't keep putting it off.
I agree. Yeah, I think
there's always going to be, you're worried about, all different things. I mean, we all do. But if it's meant to be, which it is, it's going to all happen. It's all going to fall in place. And with your guidance, it will happen. And it will be successful.
Yeah, thank you.
So.
Yeah, I'm so glad you touched upon that, investing in yourself, because even energy workers, right? We're offering our services for free because we don't see the value of our own services. So who am I to put money into somebody else who's going to help me make more money, right? It's so like
Right.
that's so backwards. If I can't invest in myself, why would I invest in another person to help me help myself? And yeah, I think you started at the perfect time, right? Never too late, right? I could say I started
No.
late because I'm in my 30s, right? I also
Right.
have other people who are even starting in their 60s, and I think it's right. Divine timing led you to be ready to step into your gifts and
Right.
share them with the world, and then finally build a business out of it, which once again is so unbelievably brave. And you are so unbelievably brave to be the person that's saying, yeah, I'm an animal communicator, because the world wants scientific evidence on these things, and that's actually not true. It's not true. If we were given these gifts, we're meant to share them, and then also to be able to share them in a way that can also sustain us. That's the energetic exchange, right? Of money or
Yes.
services or providing. It's seeing that value. So thank you. This was
Yes.
whew,
Awesome.
so many sound bites of gorgeous, gorgeous, juicy things that I know I'm going to use. And so, yeah, just thank you. Thank you for investing in you. Thank you for believing me and to support you. Thank you for following your purpose in this lifetime. And yeah, just deep, deep, deep intuitive trust of knowing I could help you get there.
Thank
Mm,
you. Thank you. And
cool.
trust me, I would do it all over again quickly.
Good.
I wouldn't even hesitate. This, like I said, is just a huge investment in yourself
Yeah,
too.
it is. It truly is.
And it's I know how much value you bring.
Mm,
You are a value. You're a valuable person, and you have
mm.
so much to give and so much to say and teach. And all you have to do is, if people are thinking about doing this, is trust yourself. Trust
Yeah.
knowing that this is the right step for you.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agree. Perfect. This was amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.